has any problem with me. So the leadership asked that, can you greet yourselves? Can you reconcile? The reconciliation is political, having a peaceful election. Not that I have stepped down for Honorable Peter Ogwang because he's a flag bearer, but having a peaceful election, having without inciting the public, without having challenges that can bring into blood oil. You know the history of politics here. And I thought that having peaceful election, having peaceful gathering tomorrow when we start. Today I have submitted my program for campaigns to the local commission. So that is what I said there. Having a because the fact is I have never since I campaigned for Ogwang for the youth member of parliament, I was his campaign manager. Today is when we have greeted. So that is equivalent to 15 years. So that means that we have been having, each one has been having an issue that can easily escalate within the community, bearing in mind that we are contesting in one county. So that is actually what has taken place here. Otherwise, I am still in the race and I am going to tell people my aspirations and then people will determine on the ground. But having peaceful campaigns is the key. What am I meaning? So that people that we won't get votes from them are healthy without injuring them. That is why we have that. We had. You can imagine the top leadership must have realized that there's going to be a problem here, and that's why I was contacted. I said I have no problem. Before the president a fountain of honor. It's okay. I can have a peaceful reconciliation with him. We greet, and it would have been not good for me to accept before the president. As a child of NRM, I had to accept after the top leadership contacted me. What brought this today? Because after getting that communication, I got that communication at around 4. That then people are preparing your posters, mine and for Honorable Oluko or Toko. And we thought that we could also retaliate, do the same. I can tell you, we're also planning to do that. Today, as the president leaves, there will be no poster of Ogwang standing. Today, we had already also put that. And when the security realized that we were moving to that, then they said, now why don't we have a reconciliation? Because it is painful. I'm using money for my posters. Otuko is using money. Honorable Peter is using money. The VP is using money. The president is using money. Why would ours be targeted? So that is why today I think the top leadership realized that Kataki or Ngariam will have what? A big challenge when it comes to peaceful. That's why for me, I want to promise that I am going to continue with my peaceful canvassing of votes because I don't want to bring injuries to the population. The propaganda now is going to say that Dan, because of Britain, I've told you I've never greeted Ogwang for 15 years. Why would I greet him today? It's because of creating peace for this political contest that we are in. Even if the president calls me now or any leader or any VP and say, let's have this and discuss, I have no problem. And that shows the maturity in politics than having an ego that needs to retaliate.
So maybe Honorable, as we wind up.
One, I have been in politics in this county for long. Despite the fact I'm not coming directly as a county, this is my first time. I was a district chairman here for 15 years. I worked here as a probation officer for 5 years. I worked here as a NOSAP officer for 2 years. But before, when we are here, there was no kind of. But for the last 10 years, the politics here has changed. There is a do or die. Even when somebody knows that Dan is weak, why do you want to torture his opponent? Why do you want to destroy his items for campaign? So that's why, for me, the experience in this, when Honorable Leng was a member of parliament, when Papai Oisaya was a member of parliament, the violence here has been escalated for the last 10 years. And my coming in, of course, bearing in mind that I am also the child of the state. So there is that anxiety. People think that maybe there's going to be more power in blood and what. That's why today, like I said, the top leadership, I was even called by the RPC region. I was called by the deputy IGP in charge politics today. But now we need to put our focus there. You don't throw down the mobilization that we want to start. It might bring problems. That's why this event you have seen between me and Honorable Ogwang. It's not that I've stepped down and people should disregard that. I am going for election. Calls me as being a fountain of fountain. First of all, I work in State House, and I'm still in the State House. I think you can see it here. So there is no job I'm looking for as far as that is concerned. But if it's a fountain of honor, just like any other person, that can be, it must be deposited within the community because I have supporters. They are here. All these people, when they heard that Dan is being called, it is not about a job. I have worked for government for the last 16 years. I think the best house is owned by the businessman. The best woman is owned by the businessman. And actually, children of business people study better in the school than those who work in government.